knew this was going to happen eventually. South Carolina Republicans have proposed a law that would give women the death penalty if they engage in their right of choice, abortion. Let me give you the updates. Let's put up the picture of the glorious Capitol. All right. Updates from the South Carolina Senate. The Republican assault on women's rights is charting a new territory, as South Carolina Republican lawmakers are now considering a bill which would make women who get an abortion eligible for the death penalty. Here are some of the details. The bill being considered in South Carolina, dubbed the South Carolina Prenatal Equal Protection Act of 2023, would redefine person under state law to include a fertilized egg, giving it at the point of conception equal protection under the state's homicide laws, including the death penalty. The new definition opens up women to be charged with crimes such as battery, attempted murder, and even homicide. There is no exception for rape or incest. These proposals have been so disturbing that even Republican South Carolina Representative Nancy Mace has been horrified at the prospects. Mace is not only a Republican lawmaker, but one who legislates in South Carolina, where the bill is originating. Despite this, she is denouncing her colleagues. Mace instead relates to the pain victim of her party's legislation field through intimate aspects of her womanhood and her humanity, saying, and I quote, "To see this debate go to the dark places, the dark edges, where it has gone on both sides of the aisle, has been deeply disturbing to me as a woman, as a female legislator, as a mom, and as a victim of rape." Mace continued in the following statement with a personal plea to her party to end its tyranny. "I was raped as a teenager," she said, at the age of 16. "This debate ought to be a bipartisan debate where we balance the rights of women and we balance the right to life. But we aren't having that conversation here in DC. We aren't having that conversation at home. We aren't having that conversation with fellow state lawmakers." Let's put up the map. The egregious bill is following a certain misogynistic trend laid out over our early and recent history. You see, since the infamous Roe v. Wade ruling, Republican-led states have been limiting abortion access and punishing the women seeking healthcare under new law. This is the infographic of the bans thus far. Notice anything? 18 Republican states have succeeded in limiting the autonomy of their residing women, while the courts of 8 states, including Arizona and Wyoming, have successfully blocked such efforts upon the rights of women. Representative Rob Harris wrote the bill, and so far it has attracted 21 co-sponsors to date. Now, what are they co-sponsoring? Let's be very clear what they are co-sponsoring. They're saying even if a child is raped and that child seeks an opportunity to be free of their rapist, that child will get a harsher penalty than the person who raped them. That's the law. That's what they are proposing, the law of the land. How insane is that?
But also, at what point do you enact the death penalty, i.e. murder that child? Are you gonna murder them after they bear the child? Then you're gonna take care of it. Oh, and then we'll kill the mom. Great, amazing, family values, love it. That, I mean, it is pure evil, doctor. Like, I can't get over, it is pure evil to do this to people. And yet, look, I did some reporting in El Salvador, I talk about it a lot. Same thing there. When you enshrine the rights of the unborn, so to speak, in any constitution, as that country has in their constitution, all rights of women or anyone who can get pregnant completely go away. They completely go away, and there are people currently serving in that country 30 years to life because they supposedly had an abortion. A lot of them didn't know they were pregnant, they had miscarriages. So that's where this is all going. When you criminalize abortion, you criminalize even women who do want kids and even women who do want a full-termed healthy baby. You criminalize all reproductive rights and you criminalize families.
Yeah, and here are the bills you don't see corresponding with this legislation. You don't see a bill that says child support must now begin at conception.
Of course.
You don't see a bill that mandates insurance companies to cover the fertilized egg at conception. You don't see any of these corresponding bills allowing the critique to be placed in front of them. This is not about protecting anyone other than feeding red meat to your red base.